Our next speaker is Kerry, who's from Upper Brookfield, and we got a big contingency here from Ryan and Pullenvale, Upper Brookfield. Show of hands. There's our crowd over there. Wave. Kerry, over to you.
Okay. Hello, I just want to see who's in Ryan. Yes. We're from Ryan and we vote. We voted and we campaigned, and we voted and we campaigned in Ryan. Who would have thought Ryan would have an airport noise problem? We are so far from the airport. We are 30 kilometres from the airport. We knew nothing about the flight paths that were coming over us. And the reason we knew nothing about the flight paths not coming over us was we were not told. We know now from the Ombudsman's investigations and from multiple other investigations, from Senate estimates and other questions raised in Parliament, that we were not told, that Air Services Australia did not consult, that Air Services Australia didn't advise on what was coming. And the reason we've got this appalling parallel runway design is because there is no voice for communities in Parliament. There is no voice for communities in infrastructure and planning. There is no legal oversight to protect our interests and our voices. We are completely at the mercy of corporations and the agencies like Air Services Australia that they fund. We have been willfully and deliberately misled by the people that we are supposed to trust to introduce this infrastructure. Now, apologies, Libby, but I am a Labour supporter. I have been all my life. And I am horrified by Labour's hypocrisy on what is happening in this space. I am horrified that they can grandstand on community representation and noise impacts and the appalling failure of Air Services Australia. Even Albanese has said, nobody trusts Air Services Australia. We can't trust them. And yet they're the ones that Labour are telling us now to trust. Catherine King is saying, you must trust Air Services Australia. And yet her own Prime Minister knows from his own community campaigns that they can't be trusted to represent us. So we're demanding from Catherine King that she take on board proper legal and qualified representation on behalf of communities as part of the new white paper, that she makes sure that this never happens again. But more importantly, that she doesn't dismiss us and say, well, go and protest. That she actually listens to the communities in Brisbane who care and who vote. Because we cannot throw our children's health under the Airbus. We cannot continue to work productively if we live in a city that never sleeps.
Yeah!
Hear, hear.
Infrastructure has to work for everybody. It isn't enough to externalise the costs and say, we're going to maximise the profit to the airlines, but we're going to throw all of you onto the flight path. We need to have proper reform, and in the meantime, we need to have a proper curfew. They can send flights over water, but not over homes.
Yes.
We need to have the balance between money and communities and people and our health. And they have a legal and political obligation to listen to us and to represent us. For those of you who live in Ryan, I'm the Brisbane Airport Corporation and Archerfield Airport Corporation community representative. I'd be very happy to hear from you through Libby's office, because it's the the federal member that gets to nominate those community representatives. What I want to see is representation at every level of government, at city level, where we should be informed when we're building and buying about the kinds of aircraft noise that we should be putting up with. That we shouldn't have to guess about where we're going to move and raise our families, because we don't know from one day to the next what's going to come over us. We need state government to step up and care for the environment around Brisbane, for the homes that we live in, for the noise that we have to put up with, for our children's health and education that suffers from broken sleep and noise that impacts on mental health. And we need federal government, we need Labour, we need the big parties, we need Minister King to step up and walk the walk that Labour promised for decades and deliver for us.
Thank you, Gary.